Wow, listen to this, and I'm going to explain.
You know Yoruba people, they respect their king. You go to the north, you hear about Sultan of Sokoto. But in Igboland, you don't have any such, no revered king in Igboland.
There are a set of people called Opara. Those Opara are like the first sons from every family. Those Opara happens to team up to become elders, key decision makers within their kindred, within their clan or their communities. Now that is how the Igbo system of rulership,
So as you can see, good explanation.
Flowed.
Very good one.
Before the whites came in.
Yes, Igbo people don't used to have a king. Yes, nowhere in Igbo land in those days used to have a king. It doesn't used to happen because Igbo people don't believe in one person, them being a leader of everybody. They don't believe in a singular monarch. You understand? So that was the culture, that was the tradition, as it were, in those days. It was leadership by representation that they used to practice. So families, kindreds, clans, village, and what have you, they used to send representatives. If there is an issue or ground to discuss about, they send these representatives to go and deliberate on these issues. So because Igbo people believe in democracy, they don't play with democracy. Igbos don't play with democracy. It is in their nature, it is in their tradition, it is in their culture. You understand? They are very, very democratic people. That is why when you come to every kindred in Igbo land, you must see something like an obi, like a meeting place, not just a single person's palace. So they always have a central obi where people, either families or kindred or clan or a village, will come and deliberate on their issues and come out with better results. So this is what used to exist in the Igbo land even before the colonial administration. Now, the reason being that one singular leader appointed generally to lead everybody may turn a tyrant. It is not in an Igbo man's virtue or culture or tradition to worship or prostrate before anybody as a leader. It was the colonial administration that brought a singular leader in Igbo land. And the reason is that when they came to Igbo land, they didn't find a singular monarchical system. They didn't find a person who is a leader of a particular village or a particular community. So they decided to appoint a warrant chief. A warrant chief. An example of such warrant chief is Onyamaneke. Like many of you may have heard